Let's talk about these spinach potato tacos. Now, I know they look a little weird from the picture, but I promise you they really are good, and the teenager liked them. This recipe is really much better the next day. But which recipe isn't? You know what I'm saying? How many times have you made something and the first time out of the pot, it's kind of like, eh, and then the next day, after it's had a night to get all married up with itself, it tastes better, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, well, this is one of those recipes. It gets a lot better the next day. Before we get started, I just want to take one moment to thank Susan Duke and Cindy Pope for becoming supporting members of Simple Daily Recipes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You ladies are awesome! If you want to become a supporting friend of Simple Daily Recipes, I would love you for that. You can go over to simpledailyrecipes.com. On the homepage, you'll see it right at the top. Become a supportive friend, and you can just click on that, and you can just join the family, because we are family. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo, yeah. This recipe comes from the Forks Over Knives mobile app. It's one of Del Sroufe's recipes. Now, I had to modify his recipe just a little bit to go with what, I had on hand. You know how that goes. And I took his stovetop recipe and turned it into a pressure cooking recipe, so I could just take the cooking time down to that much. We're basically throwing some potatoes, some frozen spinach, a half a bag of frozen spinach, a half a can of, I used chipotle tomatoes, and half of the juice from that can, a medium onion, some spices, and then we're gonna set the pressure cooker. It's really simple. Done. Video's finished. And then I wasn't really sure about the water, so I added 1/3 cup of water because, the pot was dry at this point. Made sure my venting pipe was set to pressure. And then, hit the manual button, which automatically sets to high pressure, and then adjusted my time down to 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Gotta love that. 2 minutes later, I decided to do a quick release. So you basically just take the vent pipe there and turn it to venting, and then the steam will escape. Be careful when you're doing that. That steam is hot. Takes about a minute for all the pressure to come out of the pressure cooker. And then I saw that I had a lot of liquid, so I went ahead and turned on the saute mode and cooked some of that extra liquid out. And while that was happening, I thought, let me just make sure that my potatoes are cooked, because you never know. But when you cook the potatoes small enough, 2 minutes is plenty of time to get them tender. Look at there, fork tender. And then the last little step to Del's recipe was to add some unsweetened plain non-dairy milk with some nutritional yeast. And I kind of figured this was supposed to add some cheesy, taste or layer to the dish. It didn't. To me, nutritional yeast is great for popcorn, and I see it used to make cheese sauces, but I don't really think it makes it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I don't think nutritional-based sauces are really that cheesy. I think you have to be high to think that they're really cheesy tasting. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest. But I wanted to go ahead and throw it in there just to kind of add another layer, because I do like the taste of nutritional yeast, and so I went ahead and threw it in there. And then I just let it thicken, and voila. Now, I didn't have any corn tortillas, so all I had were tortilla chips, so we just turned these into nachos. So that's why you see this nacho thing. But the next day, I went to the grocery store, and I got some tortillas, and we used the leftovers, and we actually made the spinach potato tacos, and they were really good. This recipe was definitely better the next day. I know I already said that, but I'll say it again. It was better the next day. So I hope you give this a try, and let me know what you think. Let's talk about this recipe down below. Bye.